Hi everybody, welcome back to Laaleebee Knits. My name is Natalie, I'm a knitter based in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I have been making a little podcast here on YouTube all about my knitting for over a year now. Is it 2 years? It's not 2 years, it's a wee while. It's been a little while. Hi! Sorry I took a little bit of a hiatus. It was unexpected, but it probably shouldn't have been unexpected for me anyway. So yeah, I'll give a little life update later on if you're interested. I'll do that at the end of the video. But I have a lot to share with you today. And I can't quite remember what all of it is. I've just been gathering bits and pieces as I've been going through, because it has been in my head you have to podcast here, and I was just digging in my stuff. Pickle, he's just making himself comfy in my carpet. That's good. Hopefully he's not too noisy. Hen, that's enough. Of course this is the perfect time to be digging in the carpet, Henry. It's great. But yeah, so much to catch up with you. Let's dig right into the knitting. I can't really remember everything that I have here, so I have a big bag I'll go through, and then I've got projects kind of scattered about that I've been working on a little bit as well. Right, Hen, that's enough. Don't mind me while I just tell Henry off. So I believe I have some finished objects in here, as well as some yarn that I've bought over the past, how long have I been gone? Like 2 months maybe? I think I did one this year, but it's the 23rd of February today. So, yeah. Henry, that's very annoying. Stop it, please. Put your wee head down, please. Put your wee head down. That's my good boy. I just stopped the video to Golder Henry properly. I don't need a record of that. Like, my cross voice does not need to be on the internet. He's now settled himself down. He gave me such a dirty look before. But anyway, let's get into some finished objects. So this first one is just an indication of how hectic life has been. This is a birthday present from my friend Carol, who says she watches the podcast, but I know she doesn't actually, so it's okay with showing her. Carol's birthday was at the start of February, and I still haven't seen her to give her this. So she will be getting this, and it'll be too warm to wear it. I knit her a little Sophie scarf. Oh, it looks so pretty. This is knit up in, actually knit for Christmas. I knit her a pair of socks out of this yarn. This is Beehive Yarns, one of their club colorways from last year. And so I knitted up a matching scarf, and I held that with some mohair that I had in my stash. He's digging again. Can you hear him? Enough, please. Voices out. So yeah, I knit her a little Sophie scarf. I can't remember if this is the scarf. I think this is the scarf, and then there's the shawl as well. But these are so cute. I've seen them everywhere. And not only that, I've seen people wearing store-bought versions. It's so cute. I actually love the purple. This is how you know Carol's a good friend, because I would keep this for myself. It's so cute, and it'll be so nice to just put in to a coat when you're on a little breezy walk up around your face. It's so cute, and I love the sparkle in this as well. I've knit quite a few of these now, and I have not knit one for myself yet. I know I have to knit one for Mum, and I want to knit one for myself too. But that obviously will come later. I love that everyone wraps these up like a little croissant. It's so cute. Little croissant. So that is a little finished object for Caroli. There's the mohair. I've been trying out different types of mohair. So basically, since I knit the cardigan, what was that cardigan called? The Leaf cardigan by Crochet in the, I think it was Drops mohair, and it was too itchy on my skin. But my sister, I gave it to my sister, and she loves it. I've been trying out different mohairs just to see if I could get something that I could wear kind of next to skin. My skin's very sensitive, like here, and on my scalp actually too. So this one's Rowan Kid Silk Haze. This is blocked and everything, and it's still a little too... Oh, look at the beautiful colour though. It's a little too scritch for me. It's not scratchy, it's just irritating. I don't know how else to describe it, but I still have a good little chunk of this left, probably about 15 grams. So that'll go in the little scraps box. There we go, one finished object. I haven't updated my Ravelry in so long, so I'm going to throw these like in a little pile so I can go and update Ravelry. Okay, here's my other finished object, which is just in time. These are some socks from my stepdad for his birthday. His birthday is today, and he's coming up for his birthday dinner. So I knit him a pair of plain socks. Just some, at the time, this was all that my brain could process, and so I picked up skein out of my stash. This is a Botanical Yarns skein. It's one of their... They did a little series of like coastal coves and things, and this is one of those. It's looking more grey on screen. It's definitely a blue. It's actually, as I was working it up in work, it's the exact same colour as Blue Roll. Does anyone ever work in like kitchens or whatever? It's the exact colour of Blue Roll. So when I realised that, I wasn't impressed. But anyway, size 10 for Paul. He does, I knit him a pair of West Yorkshire Spinners socks, and they were too scratchy for his delicate little feet. So he only gets nice merino nylon sock yarn now. So that's a little plain pair of socks for Paul. That's another one for little Ravelry. Then I think that's all my finished objects, which is a disgrace, but whatever. The next one is, I think I showed this in my last podcast, or at least talked about knitting it. This is, I believe it's called Rhubarb and Custard. I'm not too sure. I'll leave it in the link. I'll leave it down below. This is a little sock set from Giddy Aunt Yarns, who are now Inspiring Yarns. It's their all butter sock set. It's basically shortbread. This is long enough for my foot, just. It's hard to gauge with this pattern because I'm knitting it toe up. I love, love, love the gusset increase that you do. I just think that's beautiful. My problem is this is the second time I've knit it, and I'm not getting the length quite right. So I think now that I've knit these, I can see exactly how long this is, and then I can add my foot length to it. My problem with these is that I can't get it round my chubby wee leg. So I'm going to see if these will fit Mum, because they're actually a wee bit too short for me. I did knit it to where the pattern suggested, but obviously my gauge is off. So there's something weird going on there. I knit them with 9-inch circular needles, which makes my gauge a little bit bigger anyway, which is what I want with colourwork socks. But there's not a huge amount of give in colourwork socks because those floats out the back there. So I can get it on. It's this part of my foot. I just cannot get past this here. Like it's just not fitting my foot. So it'll probably fit my mum's feet better because she has nice slender feet. My feet are very wide and I do have trouble with socks. But these are so beautiful. So anyway, these are your Christmas pair. I'll get her to try on this one before I knit the next one. So half of one done. I've still got the yarn in this little bag, but this is going to go into timeout. I'll let Mum try it on. I'll maybe put it away till closer to the autumn. It's in my little bag. I make these bags all the time, even though I hate sewing. I can't resist going on Wool Warehouse and finding some fat quarters that I like. So this is one that I did last year. Oh, it's so pretty. It's the Can Do Sews pattern You can buy it on Etsy. I'll link it down below. She's got 3 sizes. This is the smallest size. I've made all sizes. These apparently take people like 15-20 minutes to knit up. It takes me hours because I'm so pernickety. I like this to match here, this little join, the top stitching. I have very limited patience when it comes to sewing. So anyway, but I do love the fabrics. Speaking of, this is the most recent one I did. I wanted a little Valentine's / spring theme. So I did this one. These are Liberty fabrics. Look at the cute fabric on the inside. I did pockets. How impressive. So I've made one for me. I've made one for Chloe. I've made one to go in. I have a little like gift stash that I like to build up over the year. So I've made a couple of these. I got 3 bags out of 3 fat quarters, but I did have to use different lining for 2 of them. So probably more like 5 fat quarters to 3 full bags all lined. So anyway, what's in here? This is the sock that I've been working on most recently. After I finished Paul's socks, I wanted something a little bit textured but still mindless, and so I cast on my old favourite. These are the Hermione's Everyday socks. I'm just going to try and figure out how to get out. Clever boy! He nudged the door open with his nose. These are Hermione's Everyday socks. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. This is a yarn that's been in my stash for a long, long time. It's another Inspiring Yarns one. I cannot remember the name of the colour. I'm a little concerned that I'll run out of yarn. This started off, I bought it as a 100-gram skein, so I've already knit something in it. I believe a pair of socks for somebody else. And so I had 50 grams of this, paired it with this mini. I thought they'd go really nicely together. And I hope I don't run out. I don't think I will. I finished the heel flap and gusset. It's my favourite one to do. They do provide the instructions for one of these in the pattern, but this is actually from Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls. Her coffee talk socks, because I like that square heel at the bottom. I just think it looks really nice. And so I did some slip stitches here instead of the eye of partridge. So, but there is a heel flap and gusset instruction in that pattern, and it's free. So that's a nice little mindless knit for me. This is the first sock I've cast on. I did make myself a little zipper to match. I accidentally knit this part in a 2.5mm needle. Then when I realised I continued to hear, and now I've swapped to my usual 2.25 because it is good to have a wee bit extra stretch with my wee chunky calves. What does Sophie call them? Cankles. Our family have cankles. So socks, knitting socks that fit perfectly is a bit of a challenge and a bit of a hit or miss with me, to be honest. Some socks I knit and they are like the most perfect combination, and really I should go and like study them and see exactly how many rows I knit, exactly what needle I used, that kind of thing, what pattern, whatever, to see what my favourite fitting socks ones are, because I think I probably have nearly 100 pairs now, which is insane, but I have been knitting for a while. Those are my current whip that is in heavy rotation. I only cast that one the other day, so I've been working away. Now, let me take stock of where I am. I'm surrounded by things. So I've got two jumpers on the needles. Is that right? Only 2? Oh, let me show you this before, because this is taking up so much room. I have made so much progress. Oh, Henry's getting told off by Neil. I've made so much progress on my crochet scrappy blanket that I have to show you because it's so heavy. It is for sure a weighted blanket. I think I have a couple more. Oh my god, right. It's been living in this So for my scrappy crochet blanket, I've been using, let me find my hook. I've been using, hook, where are you? You are a 3mm needle hook for fingering weight yarn. And I've been making the little granny squares out of scraps. And this has been going on for like 3 years now. I made little granny squares out of scraps. I gathered them all into like similar colour families. And then I joined them, 16 of them together in like a kind of patchwork style. With it just an undyed yarn. So that's one. So I basically created these little colour families of 4x4 squares, and I have 3 left to join. The ends in this is going to be disgusting. I think I'm going to spend at least a year sewing these ends in. And I'm just going to have it sitting out downstairs and just every now and then, like every night, just sew in a couple of ends. It'll take me a long time to sew these ends in, but this is going to be the coziest blanket. So I wonder if I should, oh, there's Huffy Boy Henry there. I can't even really show you the blanket. It's so huge. I did take a picture of it. Maybe I'll put it in my Instagram stories again just to see. So obviously I'm joining as I go, so I don't want to tug on it too much, but there's so much here. This is enough to fit at least a double bed, if not a king size. But it's so cool because I know what the projects came from. It's very much a little memory blanket, and every time I move it, it turns a totally different colour. There's some Christmas sock yarn from Bridge Street. And another colour, and there's some greens in it. So yeah, this has been a labour of love. And it's finally starting to look like a blanket instead of just a pile of scrappy things in the corner. So I'm making really good progress in this. This is the year I want to finish this. I will be applying a little border at the end, but I think I'll sew quite a lot of my ends in before I start doing the border, because if I don't become a bit disciplined sewing those ends in, they're never going to get done. So I'm squeezing it back in to this basket, and it's living downstairs on my coffee table. Crochet hooks in there. Nearly finished, but lots and lots of ends to sew in. So my friend made the mistake of being like, I love sewing ends in. I'm like, do you want to sew some ends in? Because I certainly do not. Okay, so I have 2 jumpers on the needles. I've only really been working on one, so I'll show that. Actually, no, I have another jumper. I have 3 jumpers on the needles. My Christmas jumper did not get finished. Can't remember if I gave an update on that last time, but I'll show it very quickly. She's so beautiful. I have a little bit of duplicate stitch here to do. She's so beautiful. This is the Yule sweater. I can't remember who by. I feel like it's Emily Morganson, but I'm not sure. So I shall go and figure that out. So I'm knitting away on a sleeve. And one more sleeve to do. I will pick that up whenever. There's no rush on it anymore, because do you hear how creaky my seat is? Please. There's no rush on this anymore because it's definitely not the season of the Christmas jumper. I'll pick it up again end of the summer. Living in my Hohi and Grocery Girls bag. Pampa bucket. Over there you go. Okay, the other sweater that I have actually been working on a little bit more. This went into a little bit of a timeout because I got frustrated with the colour work. And then I figured out the colour work, didn't write a single note about it, just went on. Then I left it to the side. So I've done one sleeve with colour work. The other sleeve still has to be done with colour work, and I haven't a notion how I did it. I think I anticipated putting a little bit of duplicate stitch in here because that looks weird to me, but I'm pretty sure I was supposed to duplicate stitch afterwards. That was the plan. So this is very slowly going. What even is this called? What is this called? A tune? No. Something beginning with A. Can't remember. I fell out of love with it for a little bit. But now I'm back in the flow. I think it would be a nice spring sweater too. I like the colours. It's knit out of Arbon Yarnadelic. It's the same yarn that my nice pink... Oh my god, I need to stop leaning back. It's the same yarn that my nice pink Cozy Classic Raglan was knit in. Yarnadelic. So I have... It's kind of a sport gauge. The full skein of the natural colour. And I have a wee tiny bit of the contrast colour. So this colour work definitely took more than one skein. Or definitely will take more than one skein of colour, of the contrast colour. This is how much I have left. It's a bit dusty in there. This is how much I have left. I still have to do quite a bit of colour work on the sleeves. So I might just have enough. And if I don't, I have this in stash, which as you can see is not the same colour, but if I'm only doing maybe 3 or 4 rows in it, I don't care. It'll be fine. This one's a lot more bluey than this. This is Woolly Mammoth's yarn. It was actually a sock set that I got. I love her logo. She's from up north and her yarn is beautiful, but very rustic. She's not a superwash kind of gal. Natural sock, 50% BFL, 50% Cheviot, surely. Sourced, spun and made in the UK. Wildflower Dark. Her yarn is hard to get a hold of. Her yarn updates go very, very quickly, so I was delighted to get this. So a little bit of this will be going into here, and then I'll make some beautiful socks with it. So progress on this is slow because the decreases on the sleeve are boring. They're not kind of straightforward decreases for my size. I'm decreasing one decrease stitch every 3 rows, but on one side and then the other. So I'm having to do a little bit, here you can see it there better. Doing a little bit of keeping track of that, but whatever. It'll get there. Slow and steady wins the race. I generally pull this out if I'm watching something on TV, but we haven't really been watching anything at the minute. It's just been crazy busy. So that is slow and steady. That's in current rotation at the minute. I am keeping it out and making sure that I work a little bit on it. That's the thing. Some of these are starting to feel like a little bit of a chore, which is not, it's not really how I like to knit. I don't like to knit feeling like I have to, but I do want the product. So, and I do want to clear some of these products too. It's in a big version of my can do bucket, bag, whatever. Need to update Ravelry on that. Okay. Other active projects. There are 2 more. One is active, but not too much to show on you because I only picked it up the other day. This is my fragmentation shawl, my second one. It's knit out of the Halloween countdown that Beehive Yarns did last year. It is, I think the collection was Poison Garden. Oh, she's beautiful. So I added this one, which sticks out like a sore thumb. But whatever. A little sparkly black, because I wanted an extra colour in there. So I have been working on this a little tiny bit the other day. I worked out I have 95 more stripes to do. I haven't been binding off the last one because I want to basically make this as big as I can and use up as much of my yarn as I can. So instead of binding off at the top, I'm putting them on hold so that I can pick those stitches up and just continue to work away. But the yarn is gorgeous. And another simple, methodical kind of piece that I can turn back to. The only thing that makes this not as easy to just pull out and knit a few rows on is that my choice of yarn colours, because there's so many colours that I'm juggling, I'm having to pull all the colours out because they're a fade, so some of them are quite similar. I'm having to pull them all out and make sure I don't mess up my colour sequence, which is a little bit of faff, but I am so excited for that. It'll be really nice to wear in the office. That's one thing as well that I'm noticing. Maybe I'll talk about it later on. Yeah, I'll talk about it in the live update, but anyway. Excited for this. And then one more active whip. More active whips than I thought, actually. But it has been quite a while. So, in this bag, I can't remember what make this bag is. The Delicue bags. They were really well priced. The little wax ones. Came with a smaller one. I gave it to Chloe. So, you might remember, if you've been a long time viewer, that last year, was it last year? Was it a year before that? I was knitting it was actually a pillow cover for my friend Joanna, who had cancer, and I wanted to get her the most luxurious feeling yarn I could, because obviously going through cancer chemo treatment, and how much pain she was in and everything. I wanted something really, really soft, and so I bought oh my god, I've just found a £20 note that my granny snuck into my bag for me. Vera. I bought this yarn from John Arbon Textiles called Alpaca Supreme. It is a sport weight yarn. It is 40% superfine alpaca, 40% Falklands merino, and 20% mulberry silk. You get 333 meters per 100 gram skein. So I held it double and started to knit her pillow cover. And I had a little trip booked to visit her because I knew she wasn't doing well. And she passed away the week before my trip. And there was something knitting, when I was knitting this, I was really reluctant to knit it. And at the time, I had given myself enough time to finish the project before I went on my trip. But you know, and there was just a feeling that I wasn't going to get to give it to her. And that turned out to be true. And so I put the yarn aside because I wasn't really ready to knit with it. And said to myself, this is going to make something really special and really soft, and something that I can wrap myself up in and remember my friend. And so I put it away, and it's been in the back of the cupboard, and I've pulled it out and looked at it and thought, no, I'm not ready yet. And then, I don't know, I just felt like it was time to pull it out and start knitting again. So I picked a shawl from the 52 Weeks of Shawls books. This is called, she would laugh at me for butchering this name. It's called RUF. Now, is that pronounced rough? Probably not. Is that what I say in my head? Yes, it is. This is my rough shawl. It's probably not rough. It's probably roof. Rough. I don't know. But I shall link the pattern down below so you know what I'm talking about. But this is the shawl. It's a very simple triangular shawl. You start here, and instead of like a I-cord bind off or an I-cord edge, it's actually just got a rolled edge. Let me tuck those ends out of the way. It's got a rolled edge, so it's 3 knit stitches and 3 purl stitches to give this nice rolled edge. And then you have a little textured band in your contrast colour the whole way, and then you start building out some other bands. and it makes for a very sleek and elegant shawl, and it is the softest thing, and I think it'll be even softer when I block it. And I think this is this is something that she would have worn, very much her style. So I just think it's perfect and beautiful, and every time I pick it up I sit and I think of my friend and I miss her, and I knit her memory into these stitches. And so I've been working on that. Nice and simple, very relaxing. The yarn is so luxurious, so beautiful, and I'm loving this project. It's bringing a lot of peace into my life. And I'm knitting it on a, what's my needle size? 3.5mm needle. I never swatch for shawls because it doesn't have to fit my body, it just has to go round. It'll be fine. So that is all of the whips that I have on the go. Some of them more frequent than others. The socks are definitely more of a daily thing. The jumper's there when I feel a bit guilty and feel like I need to put some stitches on it. And this one is the one that I pull out when I want to just have like meditative knitting. So those are my projects. Half an hour in, not too bad. I have cast on socks and ripped them back, cast on different projects and ripped those back. So these are the ones that have stuck. I've been in a bit of a transitional mood with my knitting, and so yeah, that's where I am. Now I have some purchases. I have also got some purchases that haven't arrived yet, but I shall share my purchases with you. Some of these I can't remember why I purchased them, which is good, and some of them I purchased yesterday. So let me pull all of these out onto my table. Oh, well, first one, you know I signed up for Beehive Yarns monthly club again, 3rd year in a row, because I've just absolutely loved the skeins that I've been getting. So the first year I did it, I got the variegated skeins. You'll have seen the scarf that I knit for Carol. That's one of those. Last year was mini sets, mini skeins. I am coming down with mini skeins. I don't think I've knit anything with them yet. I'm like precious about them. I don't know what to make with them. But their purpose will come to me eventually. They're in the stash for now. They're enjoying themselves. It's all good. And so this season, this year, her club is the Season Spell Yarn Club. I love this so much. This is very much my vibe. And so this year I went for 2 50-gram skeins. And this is January's. I got so the bases that I've gone for is Sparkle and the 250 grams. So I think this year she's doing everything as a speckle and a matching tonal. And so I thought the 50-gram skein is the best version for me, because I can either make a pair of socks out of these two, or I can make 2 pairs of socks and pair a mini with them. But look how beautiful and peaceful they are. They're like so calming. They're like that very cozy hygge vibe that I think of in January. Beautiful. They don't have a name. They're just called January, and I love them so much. And I haven't knit with them yet. The thing with the clubs is I feel like I'll probably keep these until next January, but I don't know. They might not even be socks. They're just so beautiful. Love, love, love. So that's one purchase, and put them back in this bag so that I remember. Love her clubs. She's still continuing her book. It's not really, it is a club, but it's like a quarterly thing, or it's not really monthly. So her book box is Secret Garden, and the colours in that are beautiful. So I got that. I also put an order for these in. Drops Fable, because I wanted to, they're kind of affordable yarn, sock yarns. 50 gram skein, 205 meters, 224 yards, 75% wool, 25% polymer. So I thought I would give them a try. I bought this one, they're a very good price point. I think they're like at most £2. I bought this one because I thought that would be good for my crochet blanket. For the joining colour, and it's a good price point for that. And then I bought the blue one because I thought I would like some nice plain textured socks, and I wanted to see what that blue was like. So popped those in the stash. They weren't too pricey. And then in the same order, I'm also still wanting to try out my different mohairs, and I also want to try out some alpaca silk. So I bought these two with the view of making a Sophie shawl. Might end up being a gift, might end up being my one. I never know. I always start with the intention of keeping them, and then I'm like, so and so would really love this. So I've got Drops Flora in this red, color 18. It is Everyday Comfort in Alpaca and Wool. This is 65% wool, 35% alpaca. There's a nice shine to it off the camera there. It's not totally soft. I've felt softer alpacas. But again, very good price point. And then this is Brushed Alpaca Silk that I'm going to hold with it. I wanted to try this out, see what it's like. I don't know that I like it. I don't know that I like it. It's not very soft. But I'll not really know until I knit it up together and try them out, I guess. Maybe once I wash them, they'll really soften up. And maybe they'll be lovely together. They're two different reds, but I think that they'll blend very nicely together. So yeah, nice little budget friendly one. I do want to, I love gift knitting. I love making gifts for people, but I don't like getting stressed and feeling under pressure with my gift knits. So building up a little stash of gifts over the year is my focus. And then I went to 2 yarn shops yesterday. I hadn't been to a yarn shop this year, and I decided yesterday I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to go spend a couple of hours by myself going to some yarn shops. So I went first of all to visit and here it said Casey from Hank's Yarn Parlour in Belfast. Had a good catch up with her. She's got a podcast, I'll link it below. You should go and check it out. And I messaged Casey ages ago and said, I really want to knit the Staff-In sweater by Crochet. It's a nice cozy winter textured sweater. That's what I want to knit. That was in like January. It's now the end of February. I can start to feel spring coming in and I don't want to knit that anymore. I do want to knit it, but it's not the season for it, so I think I'll pick that up again in the autumn. Plus she has some beautiful Baramu yarns coming in to her shop. She showed me her colour. Oh, I have to pause, my mum's phoning. Okay, I'm back. I had to answer the phone to my mum. She's in Spain doing some conference networking thing and I haven't heard from her, so that was good to hear from Mum. But yes, I was in Hank's. I wanted to knit the Staff-In, but now the season has changed and so I'm knitting something else. Can't remember. I think it's like the Fleur tee. Some little tee. It's like nice and lacy. Oh, I have my phone here. Let me see if I can find it very quickly for you. Ravelry.com. I do need to hurry. Neil's downstairs making Paul's birthday dinner by himself, which of course, because Neil is a really good cook and I get in the way. And also I'm absolutely spoiled. Here it is, the Flirty by Brianna Mason. Oh, there we go. So I want to knit this, and I asked Casey to help me pick some yarn, and so we went with her Isager Merilin. Looks so gorgeous there, doesn't it? This is 50 gram skein, finger and weight yarn, 80% wool, 20% linen. 208 meters per 50 grams. So this color is, what are you? E0. I guess it's just undyed. Maybe. Beautiful. The yardage recommended in the pattern for my size was like 2,000 yards, 2,000 meters for my size. I wouldn't even knit a full jumper using that. So I got 300 grams of this. It's just a t-shirt. And I can go back to Hanks if I need more. But I haven't cast that on yet. But that's going to be my next cast on, I think. So I got that. And then after I went to Hanks, I went to Folklore. And I went to Folklore knowing that I wanted to pick up another little self-striping skein of yarn of West Yorkshire Spinners. This is the Winwick Mum collection, Summer Sunset. I just like these yarns. They're kind of like workhorse yarns. It'll self-stripe. It's commercial yarn. I really like how it fits. I really like the feel of the socks that I make them. They're very long lasting. They felt a little bit. If you spin them too much in the washing machine, I definitely wouldn't put them in the tumble dryer. It doesn't actually say that they're superwash, but I did have a conversation with someone about this in my comments, and I do believe that they are superwash yarns, even though it doesn't say it on the label. Forgive me for forgetting your name for that, but I did have a conversation about these. They are treated with superwash chemicals. So yeah, I got those. This is the sock yarn that my stepdad can't wear because it has Blueface Leicester in it and he finds that scratchy. I take the piss out of him, but you know, it's not your fault if something irritates your skin. And his delicate little tootsies. So these will be for me probably, unless I end up giving them away. But that'll go into the stash. And then the last two skeins that I picked up were from another local dyer called Dye Candy. Oh, these are beautiful. This is her colorway Dulce, which incidentally Neil loves to eat. Look at these. How could I leave these in the shop? These are my colors. These are my colors. So I got two skeins of DK. I kind of want to knit a Sophie Hood. I know I'm late to the party. I know it's gone viral. I know that I probably need more yarn than this to knit a Sophie Hood, but I just got the two. I did check the yardage and I think I probably would have needed another skein, but she didn't have any. So I shall try my chances with just the two. And if I run out of yarn, worst case scenario, I rip it all back. So these are beautiful. I love, love, love these. I don't usually buy DK, and I was really glad to find DK. She did have a skein of fingering in this colour as well there. So worst case scenario, I could go back, buy that, and finish it off with that, which I probably could do. Or, oh, do you hear Henry? Or order a skein off her website. I like her new labels. Hi. So you can probably tell from the frizzy hair and different clothes that it's a different day. It's actually 2 weeks later. So last time I was recording, Henry started going boogaloo and barking at the door, and I went to sort that out, and it turned out my sister had arrived, so I couldn't record anymore. So yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. and I've been trying to record. I've like had it in my mind, you need to record, you need to record. I just haven't had time for anything really. So yeah, I thought I would just give you a little life update and kind of explain where I've been and what's going on and why I'm not recording as much. So yeah, essentially I made a big career change in December. Before that, I didn't really speak too much about it online, but before that I was unemployed for quite a while. I used to work in academia, and I knew that a career path in academia was becoming increasingly more difficult to achieve. 5 years before I got my PhD, I would have walked into a job. Yeah, I would have walked into a postdoc and then walked into a job after that. That was kind of the accepted trajectory for you, and that the sector is on its knees basically. They're closing a lot of English departments down in the UK. They're making a lot of redundancies. The universities that I worked at were also hit with lots and lots of redundancies. So the postdoc that I was working on was always a temporary contract. It was 3 years, and most people in my peer group are either moving outside of academia and did so long before I did, or are moving temporary contract to temporary contract, and that's just not really for me. As you know, I'm quite anxious, and the uncertainty of that is just not for me. I like to know what's coming next, and I like to have a little plan. I like to know what's happening. I like to feel like I'm in a little bit of control, and with academia and that career path there was very little control and little certainty. It was a very precarious role. So I knew I had been thinking about it for a long time, and I knew that I would probably make a change in my career, and so I did. It took a long time. I saved up for unemployment basically, so that I had a little safety net, and I retrained. Quite a lot of experience anyway in project management, so I just firmed up some of those qualifications. Excuse me, I'm so hungry, I'm hiccuping. And I eventually landed a job at a startup software company. So it's a total change for me. It's a very small company, tech based. I'm the project manager in there, and I've been learning a lot. I've gone from medieval studies and literature and very slow paced academic lifestyle to high paced tech with deliverables that need to be out very quickly, lots and lots of spinning plates. And so it's been a huge learning curve, and it's taken up a lot of my energy, a lot of my mental energy, and I'm tired from it. It's a huge, huge change for me and my lifestyle. I've gone from working from home 99% of the time, working on my own, to leading a team, kind of leading a team. We're on a flat structure, but keeping a team going, managing the project for them, and being in contact with people all day, every day, having to be very social. They all think that I'm an extrovert. I'm not an extrovert, I'm pretending. And so I'm enjoying it, I really am. And the days are flying by, and I'm learning so much, and I get a lot of job satisfaction from getting everything sorted and in order and organised and producing, getting the team to where we need to be to produce the software that we're working on. So I am enjoying it. It's a huge learning curve. I've only been there for 3 months, and I think I'm doing well and getting good feedback from them, but it's tiring. There's a little bit of overworking going on and not much knitting at all. It's not the kind of job where I can sit and knit in a meeting because I'm running the meetings, Before in academia I could kind of knit through conferences and knit while I'm reading and doing my research. I can knit through all that. This time it's not like that at all. So yeah, anyway, big life changes, not much time for knitting, which makes me sad. But I'm trying to get myself, once I get settled in, I'm sure I'll be able to knit a little bit more, but there's no knitting in work. There's no time for knitting in work, which makes me sad. But yeah, so the hobbies have taken a little bit of a backseat while I'm getting used to my new pace and getting used to just learning a lot about the sector that I'm in. It's very different, and the knitting has slowed way down. I used to knit every single day with no bother. Like, it wasn't really a challenge for me to knit every day because I just did. And now I'm going days and days and days, maybe even like up to a week, with not knitting a stitch, which is just very different for me. So I think I need to work on being more intentional with my knitting time. I like, when I say my days have changed, like totally changed. I am a night owl and I would stay up very late naturally, and I would be knitting, like lost in my knitting, lost in a TV show, stay up very late. And with academia I could kind of set my own time frame. I'm not on my own schedule anymore, so I'm up early and in bed early and it feels like I come home from work, I'm working late, come home from work, get some dinner, go to bed. So the work-life balance isn't really balancing right now. So still in my first 3 months. I'm sure I'll get the balance at some point. I appreciate everybody being patient with me. I'm sorry, I got a couple of messages, people just worried that I'd fallen off the face of the earth, and that's very sweet. I'm sorry for worrying you. I'm still here. Mental health's good. I'm tired, but mental health is good. Life is good. Neil is good. Henry's bold, but otherwise good. He's gonna come bursting into this room right now. So yeah, that's all my life updates, I think. Just that big career change and bad rip. Anyway, I'm wrapping up. Anyway, I'm trying to get back into a new rhythm of life. Here he is. Come on, bad rip. Come here. Come here. Come and say hello. Come here, come here, come here. 1, 2, 3. Here he is, the little tyrant who's not happy that his mama works out of the house 3 days a week now. Sure you're not? Not happy, my babies. We're gonna go get some lunch and we're gonna go have a little WALK. Isn't that right, my Henry? Isn't that right, my Henrys? Is a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yeah. Yeah, most of my time is spent snuggling this belly and going to sleep. Not right? Yes, thank you. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Yeah, you need a wee beard trim? Yeah. Good boy. We will say goodbye. Bye. Thank you for watching. Happy knitting.